Now, recent stadium news has me kind of scratching my head. For those of you who don't know, the new perma mode in Overwatch is called Stadium. It's a round-based game mode where you accumulate currency at the end of each round and you upgrade your character in these crazy, wacky ways. It's a completely new way of playing the game, completely independent, unique, and honestly really fun. Now, when this mode first came out, it was introduced in a best of 7 format. Now, due to numerous reasons, that being queue times, match length, and community perception, they switched it to best of 5 recently. Now, queue times seem to have remained the same relatively, but the matches were shorter, and for me personally, I liked the feel of these shorter matches. But now this is where things get kind of confusing to me because recently the Overwatch game director, Aaron Keller, tweeted this stating that due to eternal testing as well as some other small things, i.e. community perception, they're going to be going back to the best of 7 format, which they did do. It's just like, there's something familiar about this showing us one format, switching to another format, and then going back to I can't quite put my finger on it, but it just feels really familiar. My issue with best of 7 really comes down to two things. One being levers, and yes, there's a mercy rule, but it's so hard to activate. It's so hard to activate, and having a lever just basically extends my ass whooping. Second to that is, like I already said, match length. In the event that you do have a lever, the match doesn't automatically end, and it might be a round or two before you even do activate that mercy rule. The difference within the amount of cash you guys have to accumulate is such a great number to me. It seems really hard to reach within one game. And I say this from personal experience. There's been plenty of times where, it's been round 2 or round 3 and we're down and I had a DPS leave or I've had a support leave. And that's what happens best of 7. People leave early on so they don't have to sit there through the entirety of the match and get that ass whooping. And of course, there's the times where, you guys come back, and we'll touch on that here in a little bit, but where you come back just to lose in the final round. And it's like, so yes, people leave in them earlier rounds, and it's kind of just another issue that I have with best of 7. I'm going to say it here now. I genuinely feel like if we're going to keep this best of 7 format, we need a surrender function just to alleviate that issue in of itself, having levers. Now, the main draw for Stadium was these modifiers called powers. Powers drastically modify your character's kit. They can do things like make Sigma fly when he uses an ability, or allow Torbjorn to throw down 3 turrets at once. Like, it's just really crazy, fun things like that switch up your characters. And people seen this and thought to themselves, "Oh wow, like, oh yeah, this is that PvE aspect of the game that we've all wanted." And to me, this was another good thing about best of 5. You'd get them, I think, every round up until the second to last round, versus in best of 7 where you get them every other round. You get these powers quicker, and again, it's a big debate on whether or not, that the pacing was correct, or whether the pacing was too harsh, or whether it allowed for comebacks and things like that. But we'll touch on that here in a second. But basically, I think it was better in best of 5. And to touch on that faster pace, I like it. I like the faster pace. It's rushed. It's urgent. I thought that was the feeling that they were trying to capture with this mode. I thought that was the fantasy that they wanted, a faster, wacky, fun game mode. And like I said earlier, we will come back to this. They say that best of 7 allows for comebacks, and it gives you more time to change your build and to adapt. And this is where they completely lost me, because the worst feeling in Stadium is losing in round 7. And I mean, shit, just winning in round 7 makes you happy that the match is over. At times, it just doesn't feel worth it to stick it out. This is why so many people leave earlier on. And to me, best of 7 makes this game mode feel more seriously than we were intended to take it. And then to the whole comeback and comeback thing, like, they increase the amount of cash we accumulate. How is that not enough? And to the person typing, "Oh, if it means that much to you, go play quick play." Stop it. Think about it. I'm playing competitive Stadium. I'm playing this for the competitive aspect. If I wanted to play quick play, I wouldn't be playing Overwatch. This whole situation really gave me that 5v5, 6v6 flashback trauma experience, because I mean, that's essentially what they just did. They gave us one game mode, then they switched it to another, built a whole separate fan base, and then went back to the other one. Now we have this whole best of 7 versus best of 5 thing going on. And it's really weird to me that they keep shooting themselves in the foot like this. I don't know. It's wild to me. I genuinely think that if we're going to stick with this best of 7 format, which is fine, whatever, it is what it is, we have to have a surrender function. We do. Like, at the very least, we have to have a surrender function to alleviate, these feelings of these drawn out matches. Now, the point of the video is this. They cater to such a vocal minority, and again, this is arbitrary. I'm just going off what I've seen and what I personally feel and what I've experienced. I feel like the people who asked for best of 7 back are a minority, just a very vocal minority, and at the very least, it might have been like a 49-50 split type of situation. But either way, I feel like they cater to these very loud, small subgroups. And it makes me wonder that maybe it's time for the people who are actually enjoying things to start speaking up. If they're going to keep catering to the vocal minority, the silent majority needs to start speaking up. Unfortunately, nowadays, there's no way to get anybody to talk about anything with this game unless it comes with a fucking skin in an overpriced bundle, but whatever. Like, they shouldn't have gone back, and that's my personal opinion. Like, there's so many things in this game that people don't like, and they've been very vocal about, and they've left it in. I'm talking things like hero bans, map voting, perks, shit, even passives. And, you know, the weird-ass draft mode that you guys added to Stadium that is really only effective for counter-picking the enemy tank, which I don't know how you guys still have this in the mode, but I digress. And a lot of these things, oddly enough, affect the core game mode. But that's right. Community perception is you guys abandoned the core game mode around the time you added 6v6. You should probably change that. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, comment your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.